So everybody's got their first theme. All right. I don't want to go through all the themes with everyone. All right. But what I would like to do is I'd like to give everybody a few minutes. I mean, who needs to? So let me go around the robin. Bruce, do you have all your themes and questions picked?
I'm having a problem. So, how does your well, no. I did have a quick question to see if this is finite enough, though. It's four off of a companion with his mythos base. How does your companion sometimes interfere with your actions? Um,
Okay.
Bimbo Gami is a miso fiend. Like the old school tradition is, you keep the miso whatever out, so he don't mess with your like karma.
Okay.
So would that be enough? Because like I almost see it's like I immediately get ADD like without paying attention.
Are we
Because
talking
that
about a weakness tag here?
yes, like
And
is that
what's
finite enough?
what's the tag again?
How does your companion sometimes interfere with your actions? I said, miso as such. Excuse me, miso obsession.
Miso obsession. Okay, so you have a miso obsession.
Because of this guy.
Yeah, because of this guy, but
Yeah,
it's part of your character.
right.
Yeah, I mean that can definitely be a weakness. Yeah.
Okay. Just imagine us like being in a car chase or a firefight, and all of a sudden I'm crawling over someplace.
Yeah, all of a sudden comes over your VR set that there's an email. Hey, run on some super spectacular
I
limited
gotta go.
edition miso and it's only 2 blocks over and you're
Yeah.
and you're driving.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, got to do this. Gonna take a detour. All right. Yeah, that's okay. Any other questions from what you're working on?
I think I'm for the most part done. I got all four down. I got my identities.
Okay, so let's do this. If you've got them down, just go through what are your three other theme books and what are your power tags?
Let's see. I have expertise with his debt collection.
Okay.
For power tags off of that, I have exploit collateral for how do you mitigate complications or dangerous situations in your line of work. I kind of hold what they have in collateral for what they have for debt in their face.
Okay.
The other one is actually my broad tag, which is what is the most groundbreaking on the edge aspect of your expertise? And then I just said, what you can pay is triple dot.
Okay, give me an explanation of how that's used.
Uh, so if I'm in a situation where I'm collecting debts and they run, I gotta chase them down, or they try and talk their way out of it, or we're done with the fight. What they can do right now to pay off like what they owe on the interest is XYZ. It may not be something they want to do, but they know they're stuck like Chuck. It might be they have to do a job or they have to take something from one point to another point or give up something.
Okay. I understand that, but how is it at like is that the situation that you would use the power tag in?
For debt collection. Um, well, I mean, I'm also looking at debt collection. It may not necessarily be money. Um,
Okay. All right. No, within the context of deck collection, yeah, that sounds right. All right. So
and pay isn't necessarily they're going to give credits when if they have no money, they can still do something.
right. Okay. So that's that one. What's your next theme?
Let's see. I have drones, spider drone cluster. Since figure if I went with wasp, it would not be as good. Um, the power tags off of that though, I have a 3D path tracker and then parkour assist. Let me get into which questions I had for those.
You um no, that's okay. So parkour assist means that your drones are able to
Like if I'm moving about,
Oh, you can
they
use
can
them.
assist. Yeah.
Oh, they can assist you. The drones can assist you.
Like they'll notify me almost like video game style and like
Can
for
they?
me to go ahead and move to a certain place to move around.
Okay. All right. That's
Because
kind of
they're
cool.
because in tandem they're telling me where the path is and they might know you can't get here.
Or maybe they can
Or
even physically assist you, right? Are
yeah,
these then you said these drones are like spider drones, is that what they are?
yeah,
All right. It goes with the main family's theme too. So the Irabe Gumi are they have a lot of spider motif.
yeah.
Okay, cool. And was that your last theme? Is there a third one?
Last one is companion off of Mythos, Bimbogami, which is a deity of misfortune and poverty.
Okay.
So my power tags off that one is Misery Loves Company and Your Karma, Not Mine.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain those two to me.
Okay, for Misery Loves Company, how could your companion assist you in your fight or in your work?
Uh huh.
So basically, if I'm in a situation, if something bad is happening to them or they have bad karma, it's gonna get worse. And if something's bad is happening to me, it's almost gonna be like where somebody pulled a gun on me where they caught me slipping. They have a jam.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I bolt, they're chasing me, somebody's throwing like hot soup out their window and it skulls them or something.
So it's essentially like luck.
Yeah. But like for lack of better words, they become
Bad
basically a
luck.
karma, yeah, bad karma magnet. I know we didn't mention it when we were talking about things, but I think something we're talking about is that there's a digital currency based off of karma. That's
Yeah.
legit.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna put that into the game.
Okay.
So
Uh, I guess I might have to retool the second one. What's the best or coolest thing about having this karma or this companion? For the your karma, not mine. So if bad stuff is happening, he's totally like, because I bring him around just to sow chaos that he wants to do. So I don't have good luck, but it's just like I don't have a horrible life. It's pretty bland, and I enjoy bland.
yeah. Okay. Well, two things. One is um you may want to make sure that one it's not applicable in all situations because that would be make it too broad. Um, two, you want to make sure that it's something that can benefit your character as a power tag going forward.
So they just add in maybe your bad karma, not mine. So if something bad is happening, I'm gonna be trying to shift it to somebody else versus it happening to me, like iron anvil falling down.
So like if something bad is happening to you, you use it as you have essentially this mythical power to be able to move that karma to them.
Yeah, if that works,
Yeah, that works. It's not too broad because it's because something bad has to be happening to you.
something bad will always be happening.
Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
What are your other three themes?
All right. So, but by the way, with the bad luck thing, you're just reminding me of Undead Unluck, Bruce.
Yeah,
Um,
Hmm.
there's
but for my other three themes,
yep.
uh, first one I've got is affiliation.
Okay,
It's the Okami Bozozuku game,
okay,
tying in with the motorcycles possessed by a wolf spirit.
okay. Cool.
Um, for the question for my tags, do you want to know the questions I answered?
No, just tell me what the tags are, and if I
Okay. Better at fighting on their bike
okay,
and expert motorcycle technician.
okay, yeah, that's great.
And then for the weakness tag, it is the Oni motorcycle gang.
So
Oh, they
their
got they,
the, hold on, their weakness tag is another gang.
The question is, I'm gonna pull up the page again. It is what it has to do with organization. That's why I answered it that way. Here we go. Who hates or targets you for your affiliation?
Oh, okay, makes sense.
oh, they don't like you representing them, or they want you to be representing them and you don't.
It's either it could be that it could be that the Oni motorcycle gang wants to be the only motorcycle gang
Well, yeah,
in the city.
let's let's
They
let's figure that out during play.
Yeah. And then the identity is the gang before family.
The gang before family. Oh, How are we defining family?
The way I'm phrasing that is like usually family's number one, so my priority should be the gang.
Because remember, you're part of a Yakuza family too.
I know, I know.
So is it the gang before the Yakuza family?
It's for my own family as well.
Okay, so the gang is paramount no matter what.
Yes, like I said, family is usually supposed to be considered number one,
I gotcha. I
but
gotcha.
it's the priority goes to the gang.
Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be
The
some.
motorcycle gang.
Yeah, that's gonna be some conflict with the Rachel's character. All right.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Do you have another one, or was that all of
Yes,
them?
my next tag is expertise, street samurai.
Okay. Cool.
Um, the first power tag is the katana, so I just character carries a katana around.
Yep.
Next one is cutting vital spots. If that's too broad, I can change that one.
No. I think as long as the context is fighting other people, I don't think it's too broad.
Yeah, it's fighting other people with a katana,
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
or as like a street samurai, which requires a samurai weapon.
Okay.
And the weakness tag I put as Tokyo Police, or it could just be law enforcement if you want to be more broader with the weakness tag.
I'll I'll
Basically,
I'll leave
it's
that.
not legal to be a street samurai.
Okay. I'll leave that up to you. So as far as those two, I don't care either way. Just if it's law enforcement, that could also bring in like all the corporate, because the corporations have their own like
Then I'll do law
hegemonic
enforcement because I want to be
hegemonic
I
law
want it to be
enforcement.
broader.
Okay. All right.
Also Yakuza too.
The identity is always fight honorably.
Okay. Always fight honorably. Cool. So the has
Yeah, don't fight dirty.
right. Let me ask Bruce. Let me go back to you for a second. Under your drones theme, what's your
Okay.
itch? What's your itch?
Let's go find it.
Let's go find it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the weakness is I have a drone bonding and maintenance night where I have to sit with them and watch shows and do maintenance, sometimes repaint them because we're watching a news show or something. They want to look like this.
Hey, wait a minute. Are your
It's like having kids. I have otaku drones pretty much that are
are
kids,
are
and I
your
need to go find stuff that they want,
I
and
love
it's
it. I
annoying.
I love it. Are your drones semi sentient?
So Rachel's nodding because she realized they are.
Okay, so they're semi sentient. Okay, cool. That's good. All right, Matt. What's your other three theme books?
Okay, so just to tie up the first one, my identity was give a voice to the people.
Okay.
Does that
All right.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the second theme is also self. It's a horizon. Um, and let me get um, toward what horizon do I strive? It's a world free of the corporatist yoke. My power tag questions. What is the goal or drive? To tear down power structures of domination.
Okay. So what are so what I guess there's a couple things that need to be so what's domination?
Domination is kind of domination is oppression, like unfair treatment of people, um,
Okay.
like by people more powerful than them. So corporations taking advantage of powerless trolls,
Okay.
um, government being in bed with corporations to let them do what they want.
And
Um,
what was the tag again?
um, to tear down power structures of domination.
Okay. And that's a power tag.
That's A. Yeah. What's my goal or drive?
Okay. Oh, that's actually the name of the theme. Okay.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Okay. If the name of the theme is what the answer to the A thing is, yeah, it
Yeah.
is the name of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. My first tag after that, it's what is the most useful skill you've developed to reach your horizon? I put motivating people.
Okay,
I can
motivating.
be a little bit more specific if that's needed. You think I could
Motivating
add
people.
like motivating people against tyranny? So I couldn't just you know snap my fingers and have a group of people there ready to mess stuff up. There has to be a good reason. You know.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
I think both of them could stand to be a little more specific, but I mean, not I'm not I don't have a big deal with either of them.
How about yeah. How about yeah. Okay. Okay. Is that okay? So I'm going to star that one
Yeah.
to see if I can make it a little bit more specific.
Yeah, maybe make it more specific to the setting.
Like
For
against corporations, evil corporations.
well, I wouldn't say evil because
Capitalist, exploitative capitalism.
I mean,
Ah,
yeah,
cat.
if your target is really the corporations, then I would put the corporations in it.
It doesn't have to be the corporations. Like it could be the government also. You know.
Well,
Um,
I think you should.
that's why I picked tyranny,
Yeah,
oppression.
yeah, that's pretty broad.
That is pretty broad.
I think so because
I
Okay.
mean,
you can kind of defend. I mean, you could be like, dude's yelling at his daughter because she did something he didn't like, and you could define that as tyranny or oppression. But
That's true.
that's
You're
not
right.
really what your character is about.
How about motivating people against corporate oppression?
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Um, then the next one was how have you modified or trained your body for your mission? And I'm in excellent physical condition.
Excellent physical condition.
Like I'm
Huh.
fit.
Okay.
That's all it really means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that too broad?
I mean, no, I don't think that that's too broad.
Okay.
If it's not supernaturally fit, you know,
No, it's not. It's not supernaturally fit.
so
It's just like I am a
you're
very fit
you're an
human.
athlete.
Yeah.
You're athletic. Okay,
Okay. Okay. All right.
that's fine.
Okay. So my weakness tag is B. Who or what gets in your way to your horizon? And I just put agents provocateur.
Patience provocateur.
Agents provocateur. So basically, like Pinkerton style counter protesting tactics by the corps and the governments and stuff.
Okay,
People specifically, if you actually want to get really like crispy with it, like people who kind of try to start violent protests to then blame the movement.
could could you
You know what I
just
mean?
could
Like,
you put something like wanted by the corporations?
um, I have that covered in another tag. Um, but
Okay.
it's, I mean, it could, yeah, it's sort of covered. Yeah. So I don't know, like,
I mean, that's okay as long as we know what you mean by agents provocateur. That's fine.
it's people who like the government or the corporations would hire to undermine a protest,
Yeah,
like a specific protest.
yeah, or yeah. I mean, but undermining the protest could be a lot of different things. So, like,
But
they could go after whatever money that you need to do the protest. Somebody could try to assassinate you. They could, any of that kind of stuff.
okay. So this one you think actually shouldn't be more specific then?
I think this one's fine. I just needed to know what you meant by agents provocateur.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, agents provocateur like is the
Okay,
kind of like counter protest
sure,
tactics.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. The identity is destroy symbols of assimilation and compromise.
Destroy symbols of assimilation and compromise. That's your identity.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
for the horizon.
right. So symbols does that extend to corporate branding?
Yeah, yeah, it would. It
Okay.
would.
Just
Yeah.
realize that what that means then. So
Yeah, like it's like I see like a brand new sign. I'm thinking, yeah, I gotta fuck that up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean by that.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, then
yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough. If that's what you, as long as you're going in with your eyes wide open.
yeah, yeah.
All right. What's your next theme?
The next one's a cyberspace theme. Um, it's called. So what do I do in cyberspace? So my concept is I spread the word of resistance and expose. Um, uh, Actually, that's a little bit double duty right there. I'm going to change that. Is I spread the word resistance enough for a concept?
Spread the.
Spread the word of resistance,
Um.
like evangelical,
Yeah, I get it.
like
I get it.
yeah, kind of
Yeah, as long as we're
not
talking
yeah.
about within the context of your anti-corporate tyranny thing, then yes, that's not too broad.
Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So who am I in cyberspace? Okay.
Yep.
Um, I am called Tatariani. Okay.
Tatari Ani. Okay.
Tatariani. Okay. Um, Question D for the first power tag is what specialized software or actually hold on. Actually, we got rid of that one. Sorry. What illegal, subversive, or covert cyberspace activity are you most skilled at? Now, this might be a candidate for the broad tag, but I picked hacktivism.
Which question number is this?
This is I.
Let me read it again. What illegal, subversive, or covert cyberspace activity are you most skilled at? And you said hacktivism?
Hacktivism, yeah.
Okay, and what is hacktivism?
Hacktivism is like exposing corruption in corporations, um, uh, like for the benefit of all. So like not to like enrich myself, but to expose their corruption.
Okay, so would does general in your mind does general hacking fall under that?
It would, but like towards the purpose of like activism, you know?
Okay, all right.
Okay, you know what I mean? So it's not just like I'm gonna go and steal 10 million yen from a bank, like break in a bank and steal it, like bleed away 10 million yen. No,
Okay,
that's
so
not it.
yeah, so
It
so
could be if that money then goes to like, I don't know, like homeless shelters.
if you're doing it,
If I'm doing it for like an activistic, is that
thing,
even a word? Purpose.
yeah. Okay, let's
Well,
leave. Let's
altruistic.
not altruistic.
That's
I
It's
mean,
ins.
altruism would be involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for others.
Okay, let's just keep it as it is right now. All right. Um, as we use it, if it's used in too broad a manner, we may need to narrow it down. But
Okay, okay.
hacktivism actually, in my mind, it actually sounds like it's very specific.
Yes, it does. It
You
does
know,
sound like it's very
so
specific. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So what else? What other questions?
Okay. Weakness. Who is after you due to your activities in cyberspace?
Wait, didn't
I,
you? Don't you get two power? You get two power tags. Did you answer two
oh,
power
sorry.
tags?
Yes, you're right. So E. How do I influence or harm others in cyberspace?
Yeah.
Um, I wrote large internet following, but I feel like that could be more succinct.
Oh, that's way broad.
Is it really?
Yeah. How do you influence or harm others via cyberspace? So, is what you're doing is you're mobilizing your followers to dox people? Is that what you're
That
doing?
could be one thing. Yeah, like if it was like like if I find some like a juicy story or like a serious case of corruption, like I would share that with my community, my following, and then they would echo like my criticism.
Okay, so you're more like a cyberspace influencer than you are
Yeah.
anything else. Okay.
Yes.
Um
Yeah.
okay, so I would say uh how do you harm I mean you could just say lead my followers. Lead my online followers. Um Something
Is
like
there a
that.
more succinct way to put that? That's what I was trying to find. You know, because like what came up with sounds cumbersome, and I think yours sort of sounds cumbersome too. There's got to be a better way. Like, what are they? What is
Uh,
that called? You know?
uh, weaponized trolling.
Oh no, I'm getting there. You're getting, yeah, you're getting there too. Um, uh,
Weaponized social justice.
No, but I think we're both on the same page.
we are.
Yeah, so maybe just try and think of a succinct way to say that that
How about
doesn't
I say like, how would I call it? The cancel squad.
mobilize the cancel squad. Yeah,
Mobilize the cancel squad. Sure. God, so even this also even. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
Okay, cool. Um, all right. What was your weakness tag? Since
Okay.
you started on it.
Yeah, I did. I gotta come up with something better than mobilize again. So my weakness tag, it's question D, who is after you due to your activities in cyberspace.
Uh huh.
Um, it's I just wanted it to be a black corporation, but I wanted it to create a new corporation, okay,
Oh, okay.
and it's gonna be called Pinku.
Pinku. Okay.
Pinku, yeah, and it's all of its like branding is pink. It's like pink everything.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But they were like, I don't know, like maybe they hate me because I exposed how they were testing their products on humans or something like that.
Okay. Cool.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. My itch is airing dirty laundry.
Okay. Oh, that is going to be interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Your piece. Your other the other people in your crew may learn to hate you.
Well, I mean, I don't want to like
If your
screw
itch
my
is
friends
if
over.
your itch is
Like,
to
I want to
air
like,
dirty laundry.
yeah, and I have nothing else to air. Yeah, well. Okay. All right. So my last theme is what magical being is your ally? It's the concept, okay?
Oh,
And
okay.
it's a
Is it a companion theme or?
yes, it's a companion theme. And the question A, what type of companion are you aided by? It's named Henko, okay? And uh she is a commie of resistance against tyranny,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
What useful magical side effect does your companion create? It interferes with electronic surveillance.
Okay.
Okay. Um, and uh, question C, what is your companion good at doing on your behalf? Creating chaos and confusion.
Mm,
I feel like that could be more specific.
yeah.
And I kind of want to make that specific to like um, the what this I want to make it. Maybe I want to limit to the scope of like the kind of stuff that my character does, like belief wise. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause we've got like the whole activist theme going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so like,
Mass hysteria in the street.
yeah, but I
People
want
hope.
it to be. How do I change? I want it to kind of create chaos and confusion in the context of um my resistance efforts. So it wouldn't just do it
Well, what?
for
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna go, wipe out this, clear out this building of. Actually, that would be an example my character would not want to get involved in on a number of grounds, but
What
like it
about
wouldn't do it to,
protest?
to scare people. It would be doing it to just like to interfere with the police or um
About protest or riot? Question mark.
oh yeah,
So what would the
Like protest or riot? Question mark.
yeah, they're
well
not really sure.
well wait
Yeah.
how would the how would the how would the tag read?
Protest or riot? Question mark.
Okay, yeah,
Like
I don't think that that's a good power tag.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. um
because it doesn't the power tag doesn't describe what the power is. What what the benefit is.
What if it's just a living EMT bomb? Like goes there and just suddenly no electricals work
Well,
around there.
I kind of have
He
like
has that
that sort of
already.
covered in the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
How about
oh,
And this is mystical,
yeah, yeah.
like insight curmudgeon sphere.
It's Bruce. It's almost like your kind of like bad luck tag.
But instead of like bad luck, people just like
how about
Like
ins-
it's
like
people can't,
how about
like there's
frenetic.
smoke everywhere.
how about insight, like insight anger?
Ah, yeah.
Like
Okay.
insight anger in people. You're like, if you want to be
Incite anger in the proletariat. There we go. How about
okay,
that?
if you want to get communist about it, sure.
Well, yeah, that gets us nice and specific, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Insight anger in the people. Okay, what's your weakness?
Okay, my weakness. Okay, how does your companion sometimes interfere with your actions? Maybe we can refine this a little bit, but I just wrote down propaganda of the deed.
Okay, what does that mean?
What that means is like,
You
you
really
know,
are getting commie with this shit.
yeah, I know, I heard it. Like, it means that like protesting isn't enough. Something material must be done.
So like you start like
How about how about
we're
actually?
getting shot at and you're running and like you stop and duck into the alley because you got the itch in your mind like I gotta get this out and you just record it like what your thing is like a micro mini manifesto TikTok.
I don't think that
Yeah,
works.
well, it would be like, it's more like it's not enough to just walk past, to yell at the police officers calling them fascists. You have to set their car on fire.
Yeah.
You
So
know what I mean?
what it is it's action
We
over
can't let him
words.
be in public.
It's action over
It is
words.
action over words. It is action over
That
words.
could be the weakness is action over words.
Okay. I just like the propaganda of well, that's what propaganda of the deed means. It's like
I
you're
know, but you know that, but I didn't know
okay. Can I keep my name for it now that you do know it? Because I just think it
Well,
sounds great, and thematically it makes sense for my character.
that. Sure. I mean,
Great.
I'll just have to remember, I guess.
Okay. And
I will
so,
say for each one of these also for whatever the tags are, there is a description and examples of where the tag would apply, wouldn't apply, and general restrictions to tag usage.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I
we
can
need to
just
refine
add.
over time, or if
Yeah.
it's like, what does this mean? Because we forget.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That we could find that in play that the tags are too broad, or maybe in some cases are so specific that they're not very useful,
Uh-huh.
and so we can refine over time. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. Okay,
Okay.
so let's keep moving here.
Okay, so my ritual for this
Oh,
guy,
what's your
right?
ritual? Yeah.
Okay, everyday defiance. And what that means, Joe, is that like defying authoritarian regimes through everyday acts, evading censorship, ignoring restrictions, carving out personal freedoms, that, and actions like this, like with the collective goal of undermining state control, like cumulatively. So it's just like little acts, like the ritual I engage in for this companion to satisfy them is just
Yeah, I think
little bits of everyday defiance.
yeah, see, I think even though that works thematically, game wise, it's not a really useful one because it's not something that the GM can put in to enact your ritual. So like it's not something that I can use to make the story more interesting for you. Okay? So the ritual has to have a cost for you. There
Well,
has to
okay, so the ritual, well, the ritual is the cost is it risks exposing me, like with every one of them. Like I could do something, something small
okay.
like
I guess my
littering,
I guess my
and like the companion would not care all that much about that. Be sure, great, you littered, but can you do a little bit more? Like, but if I went and like, I don't know, cut the wires to a traffic light or something, or you know what I mean, through like a
Okay, as
Like
long
at night through like a spike strip across the road.
okay, so if it's
You know what I
something
mean?
okay, yeah,
Then
so
they're
I
like,
guess
yeah, that's what I'm talking
if it
about.
if it's something that you're right, okay, then if it's something that puts your character at risk by doing it, then sure. But you'll have to do that, you know. I mean that'll definitely have to come out in game.
Yeah, if I'm like cowardly about it, then my companion is not so excited.
Or if you really
Yeah.
haven't done anything, that is would be considered putting yourself at risk and some kind of protest, then you're right. That's not then you would need to do something like that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Rachel. Rachel, what are your other 3 theme books?
Hello. So the second one is Historica. So I have it as The Dead Talk.
Okay, cool. What are your power tags?
Respect for the dead. I was answering the question, so let me go to it first so they make sense.
Okay.
I was answering the questions just verbatim. So for respect for the dead, it's what skill or training services serves as the basis for your power. So I have to have respect for the dead to even have a basis for it.
Is respect for the dead the answer to
C.
No. Respect for the dead is the answer to C?
Yeah.
Okay. What skill or training serves as the basis of your powers? Okay. All right. Fair. What's your answer to A?
The dead talk.
The dead talk. Okay. So your power tag is the dead talk?
Yes.
Or is it more like you talk to the dead?
Well, the dead talk to me because that kind of goes off of my weakness where it's like always hear the dead.
So you can't have a conversation though.
But you can't talk to them?
I can talk to them. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's okay. Then that would be a sufficient power tag. So yeah.
I went with like the dead talk because I thought it would be it was a nice flavor way of saying the dead talk to me and I talk to them.
Okay. All right. All right. So, and then you have respect for the dead. So, what's the other power tag question you answered?
What can you learn or reveal through your magical craft or art?
Okay.
Spirits never lie. So when I ask the dead a question in an area, they cannot lie about what has occurred.
What can you learn or reveal through your magical craft? So, spirits never lie. So information.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If what you really want out of that power tag is information, then I would make it more descriptive about the information, not about truth or falsehood. Okay.
Okay. Because
So,
it's supposed to be more of like the power that she gets from her family is being able to speak to the dead and dealing with the dead.
I got that. So that's really cool.
But
No buts. Just make sure that your power tags are descriptive about how you're going to use them. Remember, you got to think about how they're going to be used in game. So, in what situations will they be used?
So would it be more like the spirits can't lie to me?
Yeah, that could be it.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, and do you have a weakness? You have to have a weakness tag.
Yes, I always hear the dead. So it's kind of like the stereotypical kids able to see ghosts. Ghosts find out, oh, she can see us. We're gonna keep talking to her. We're gonna
Okay.
We can have restrictions on stuff, being things following me, but it's like they're always talking.
Okay, cool. All right. So the dead always talk to you. So you've got that white noise of the dead talking to you.
Mhm.
And what's your ritual?
I must pray to my ancestors every morning.
You must pray to your ancestors every morning. Okay.
Yes. If I don't, maybe it might get a little bit more than them just talking at me, or maybe I don't hear anything.
Okay. Just make sure that comes up in game.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. All right. What's your next one?
So next is a companion. I have it right now labeled as Yostra's first rabbit, which goes based off of my mother. So I have the spring's first rabbit that hangs out with me.
Okay. Cool.
I was kind of going off of speaking to the dead. The next one is growing local flora. Not a lot. It's just like I'm in Japan. I can't suddenly make a redwood appear here. Or
Is that a
like,
power tag?
yes.
So what is the main power and ability, or what type of companion are you aided by? You said that already.
Mm-hmm.
So what question are you answering?
B, what is the main power, ability, or assistance your companion provides you with?
All right. So, and what was your power tag again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Growing local flora.
Okay.
And I specified local flora because I didn't want to suddenly be bringing like non-native plants. Like if the plant is there, then yes, it could be extended, but it has to be native too.
Okay. That's fine. What's your second question?
My second question was H. What useful magical side effect does your companion create? And I said always healthy. So like I don't get sick. I have ridiculous healing, kind of going off of the fertility and like very springy and healthy vibe of the spring
Okay.
aspect.
So just so we know the context of that, it doesn't protect you from harm. It's just that when you're like you don't get sick, so you would
Like
use it if you had to like overcome disease or
yes,
poison or
like it's very hard to do a biological attack on me.
yeah. Okay. All right. But what if you get like so let's say you get just shot. All right? Do you feel that it applies to healing?
I feel like it applies more of to like yes, it would assist with healing, but it wouldn't just make the wound disappear. I'm not like, 2 days later I'm healed. It's more of your heart rate's good, you're not getting an infection, all your organs are healthy. Yes,
Right.
they're injured, but they're not going to fail on you. Like I won't die from organ failure. Like if my head gets chopped off, I'm dead. Can't just reattach it and be fine.
All right.
It just makes me an easy. I always stay healthy in this.
All right. That sounds good. So what's your ritual?
Nightly grooming of Tamago and myself. I clarify and myself. So I will be that girl if it's suddenly 2 a.m. and I haven't done Tamago's nightly ritual. I might get hit with the worst cold of all colds. Like every cold I should have gained, I will get hit with it. And that includes myself. So if I run out of my nightly face moisturizer that she has approved, I'm in trouble.
All right. That's cool. So all right, that's good. So you've got something to take care of in the morning and the evening. Okay, what's your third theme book?
Well, I didn't get to tell you the weakness yet for the companion.
I'm sorry, what's your weakness?
I'm not allowed to eat artificial food. Remember how in the beginning when we were talking about how food was made?
Chemical teacher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or where it's all the proteins are printed.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to eat that. I have to eat straight from farm to table.
Tokyo?
Organic only.
In Tokyo.
Yeah, you're
like I've been able to find workarounds where
that's why
like,
you grow stuff. You're like, I need these shiitake mushrooms on the side of this.
Yeah.
This is my door. Why are you doing it on my door? I don't want that on my door.
Like I have workarounds where if it's an already extinct animal and they print it like and they use like one of the high-end organic chemical stuff to print out the food.
We're not nerfing it. if that's your weakness, then that's your weakness.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my weakness. I can't.
I'm just imagining her. What do you mean this is printed dodo bird meat?
I was told this was authentic chicken, not that it tasted like authentic chicken.
Okay. Allergic to I would write that tag allergic to artificial foods. Um I don't know how that's going to come up in game, but we'll see. All right, so what's your last
So my last thing I haven't completely finished, and I kind of want to get ideas from everyone else, but it was expertise, and I wanted my expertise to be investigation
Oh, okay.
Don't they
or
have
an
a private eye?
investigator. Like I was
Yeah.
thinking almost librarian, but then I was like, no, investigator is more like self-rounded because, like, if let's say Matt's character wanted info on like a certain person, be like, oh yeah, where do they normally get lunch? I can just quickly find out where they have lunch, who with, and what they do every Friday. Or
Investigators in the book.
Yeah.
Unless you mean specifically that. That sounds more like, oh, I can be your stalker.
So,
I do mean a little bit like I can be your stalker. I'm going like I'm going best friend girl level. Oh, all you know is his last name and what his user tag was on that Tumblr date, and he might have mentioned offhand that his favorite drink was this. Well, 5 minutes later, here's his social security number. Here's his credit report. This is where he graduated from middle school, high school, and college.
This is what his hair currently smells like.
Yeah.
So for power tags for something like that, I mean, you can go a couple different ways, right? You can go like what we think of as a noir investigator. So you're really focused on hitting the streets and that kind of thing, and you get your information from those boots on the ground kind of ways. And then there's also the investigator in a cyberpunk setting, which would be more like an online, data um, a data investigator who might be part hacker that can go in and get information from databases and stuff like that or online. I mean, you can go a couple different ways with it, or you can do a melding of both of those ideas. But I don't think that that's a really hard one to put together. And if you want to be the stalker type, where like you know people would be surprised at how easy it is for you to get their information. Well, I mean, to me, that's just somebody who can understand a person's digital footprint and get the information that way.
More cyberspace in that case, then.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, so you can go either way with it. I think using the theme kit investigator in here as an example is a good example. But I would also look at the hacker one example under cyberspace too.
Or cutting edge stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what I like cutting edge stalker. We'll do that.
okay, so that's a noise theme book, cutting edge. Um
240.
yeah, I'm there.
I will become your personal stalker. I'll
Well,
put ghost on you.
Cutting edge means that you have a device that's the stalker.
Yeah.
So like you can put in someone's name and it would generate the information.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, maybe that's a loadout thing. Let's just if you could just work on that. I mean, I think that's cool.
Okay, I will work on that then, and we can move on to like crew theme.
Well, we still have to go with Steve. Don't forget Steve.
Yes, Steve.
Come on. This is brutal.
Okay,
so he's not going to have an additional tag of guys. I'm right here.
Yeah. That's my story tag. Over here in Idaho.
that is a good example of a story tag, actually.
All
So Steve.
right, so
what are
yeah,
you-
I'll
sorry.
so I had assets.
Okay,
I chose a safe house.
cool.
And so that was one of the, let's see, the first question that I asked that I answered was material, asset, or type.
Yeah,
It's a safe house, obviously.
gotcha.
Let's see. What was the other? Under what conditions are your assets most useful? And I chose that it's a place to heal and recover.
Okay.
Okay. And then another attribute or asset or specific item in the collection is that it's maintained by a trustworthy staff.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Its weakness tag though is that it's easily overwhelmed. So if it's ever directly attacked, it won't last very long.
Okay. Yeah.
These are not people trained for combat. These are people trained in the art of healing, mental, rest and recovery kind of a deal.
It's a place to lie low, not a place to fortify yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
And its identity, like the identity I chose, is that it's the one place that I feel very safe at. When I leave it, I get very paranoid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be a little too broad for that, because then I don't want to be like, anytime you leave the house, then I'm got the choice of dinging you for your identity. Maybe think about along those same lines, but be a little more specific about it. Like,
The weakness. What about the last one, D?
no, not weakness. This is identity.
Oh, okay.
Could it be something more like, anytime when I'm when I need to
When I need or something like that, when I need a mental break, I go here.
or when I need to recover, this is the only place to go.
Yeah. There you go. That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good identity, because it's you're going to need to rest and recover at some point in time.
Yeah.
And, I could see, like, even if you're like in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh shit, no, I can't do that.
He's pressing the button and like, do you need morphine? I need to go to my spa.
Yeah.
Excuse
right.
me? Take me
I need a
airlift me to the spa.
Yeah, I need the AMA form because I'm getting out of here. Sir, you can't walk. Half your legs missing. I know. It's okay.
All right, so what's your next?
So that's a self. The next one I chose is artifact.
Okay. Ooh, artifact.
And
cool.
So it's a wizard staff. That was the first question that I answered. It's what did I actually? And I'm kind of looking at this, Joe's. It's like the trophy that I took when I escaped.
Okay. So I know you said wizard staff, but if
Mhm.
if we reskin that, okay. So there's the trope with I think it's the Buddhist priests who use the staff with the big ring with the other rings that are under it. So when they walk with it, it like makes that jingle sound.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I'll just.
There's a specific name for that. We'll look it up, but
That's fine. I'll just put Buddhist priest staff.
Yeah. But it's also figures in a lot of art of certain types of yokai. So.
Okay. Let's see the thing. Crap. I was trying to think. What new sense or mental trait do I get when my artifact is active? So I chose like vast magical knowledge. Like when I'm holding the staff and walking around with it, I know a wide variety of magical spells.
Yeah, that's too broad.
Too broad. Okay.
That's too broad.
All right. Then let's.
It's actually the too broad example.
Okay, very good. Then I will. Then how about can I say offensive spells, or is that still too broad?
That would be a broad tag.
Steve, maybe if you went to if you picked like D&D type schools of magic, like that would be specific. Like if you were a summoner, for example. Or if you chose a specific spell, that'd be like crispy as hell, right, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So I don't want to narrow it down to a specific spell, but let's say a school of magic.
well, if we're going to do schools of magic, we got to keep it. We want to keep it in the theme of the setting. So,
how about I could summon? How about I could summon? Hmm. What would be the most useful or something? I could summon earth spirits with it.
you can summon. You mean summon spirits?
Yeah.
Sure. That's summon spirits. Yeah.
Okay.
That's. I mean, that's pretty specific.
Okay.
That's not
Cool.
controlling spirits.
No, I didn't say that. I just said I could summon them. All right. Then I'm gonna have to fix this. Well, so let me ask you this one, Joe, because
Sure.
I saw this in the like the examples down here,
Okay.
and I had a thought about it because it would also play into the weakness. I have written here that it casts spells by itself.
As a weakness.
No, as a power tag, but the yang side to that is that I had like uncontrollable power. So like,
Okay, so tell me what the power tag is again that you're trying to talk about.
cast spells by itself, or I guess would summon things by itself.
Okay.
Like the staff has a mind of its own, is what I was trying to get at.
Oh, then I would have made that a companion.
Okay, and then I can change it.
Well, no, I mean, so staff. Yeah, I think that if the staff is sentient, then yeah, I think it's more a companion.
Okay, well then I could just get rid of that, and something that would accompany spirit summoning. How about it's
Well, what's the question you're trying to answer?
okay, yeah, the question, yeah, sorry. The question I was trying to answer was what power can your artifact use with reflexively or without your guidance?
Oh, okay. Reflexively or without your guidance. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to spirits.
I mean, binding the spirit.
Yeah, it could bind spirits. It could banish spirits. It could.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I like the idea that if you flip that, if you say that the power that it gives you is to banish spirits, but the power that it does reflexively is summon spirits.
Okay, I like that. Let's do that. So it summons spirits reflexively.
You know. So
Okay.
you walk into a room and there's ghosts everywhere, and Rachel's character starts striking up a conversation, and you know, and you're like, well, wait, I don't like this. I don't, and you start trying to banish all these spirits.
Yeah, he's playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I like
Use my
that.
nails. Be like, excuse me, I was talking there. Back off.
Every time he banishes something, there's a chance the staff is gonna be like, nah, I think we should have so and so in the mix.
And then so like I said, so I was also how do your artifact special properties or powers cause problems for you? Like I was like I said, it's uncontrollable.
It's
like I have very little control when it just chooses to summon spirits, that it just happens.
And
I may or may not.
This is a weakness.
Yeah, the weakness. Yes.
Oh yeah. It's that's it. Yeah. It just summons them. It like you're constantly surrounded by spirits then. Okay.
And so like and then my ritual was, and this, like I said, this went back to the fact that I have like scars, physical and mental scars that won't heal. Okay. The only way that I know that I can like tone down and somewhat control the staff is that I have to use my own blood or life force in part of an elaborate ritual, which I must conduct at the safe house to tame the staff. Otherwise, it will continually summon more and more spirits.
Well, it's
Do this.
always going to summon more spirits. What will it do
Right.
if you don't do it?
Well, if I don't do it, it'll open up a portal to the spirit world. Like it'll just cause an actual crack.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. All right. So, and this is your ritual?
Yes. My ritual for the staff.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you don't do this, then you'll lose power over the staff is what'll really happen.
Yes, that's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is like the limited amount of control that I do have will be gone.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I mean, and I wouldn't say do that ever. How often did you say?
Well, I just said I have to do it at the safe house.
Yeah.
Is what I is my restriction there.
We need to have some kind of frequency though.
The staff sets a schedule, makes an appointment.
Every 2 weeks.
Well, let's call it every month.
Okay.
Okay. It's easier to keep track of if it's a month.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
And then the next one I chose was esoterica.
Okay.
And the first question I asked is, what are what esoteric secrets have you learned? And I've learned how to make wards or warding signs.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but warding. Okay, so warding. What kind of wards are we talking?
Against spells.
Against spells?
Magic spell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wards against magic spells, or wards to protect me from magic.
Wards to protect me up.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Okay. And then let's see, which one was this? Question B was, what's the most important spell or power that you have access to? And I chose a counter spell.
Okay. Which does what? Thematically.
Thematically, like if I notice that a spell is being cast at me,
You
it's
can,
I can counter it.
You can
Yeah.
interrupt it.
Yes.
Keep it from being cast. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. That sounds great.
Okay. And then let's see. How could your powers used to be used to defend yourself or others? And I chose a circle of protection.
Okay.
Okay.
Circle of protection from magic.
Yes, for magic.
Yeah. Since this is specific to magical warding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all cool.
Great. And then my weakness is, where is it? Which one did I choose? I want to say, I don't know if A was really the one I was thinking of. Now that I think about it. Well, okay, I'll make it B retroactively. What could hinder the use of my powers?
Yeah.
And running out of the chalk that I use to draw my wards.
Okay, so you need special chalk.
Yes. And that's my ritual for this, is that I have to find and defeat monsters. The chalk must be made from the ground up bones in monsters. Of yokai, yes.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know if our characters will get along with each other. using my family for chalk.
Well, I mean, just tell me who they are and I'll leave them alone. Everybody else is screwed though.
All right. All right. Well, cool. So we have our characters. All right. We have a little bit of time left. So let's go through, since we now know what our characters are, or who our characters are. Let's go through and make the crew. Okay. So somebody needs to, if someone will open up the crew theme book that's in Foundry. Okay, and start taking notes in there for these for the power tags because we're going to do this as a group. All right.
All right.
So the
Yeah, I've
first.
got it open.
Okay. So Matt, if you want to go ahead and be the secretary, that's great. All right. So, by the way, this is on page 155 of the PDF. All right. So the crew. The first thing we're gonna do is answer some concept goal, some concept stuff here. Let me do something real quick so I get a note here. All right. So the first question is, what's your shared goal?
Do we all live in the same area specifically or district?
Well, I mean, a lot of Yakuza families will live, under the same roof or the same compound, or at least that's a trope in the shows that I've watched.
Yeah.
So that's up to you, though.
Like I'm assuming it'll be like the old school traditional like large complex house. Does everybody live in the same area though?
I would assume so because you want to stay close to your territory.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why
Yeah,
would
I
you
mean,
live somewhere outside your
well, like
territory?
in the territory bar, are we like on-site premise? Like we have a room and we have chores on certain days. Probably not Rachel's character, but the
What if we
rest of
have
us.
what if like we all populate the same like high rise?
Could do that.
So we could live together, but we don't have to live in the same rooms together.
I feel like that would work with us living on the Yakuza home rise because you guys would be sleeping somewhere else and each of you would have your own room unless you choose to, unless you're low enough to where you get a roommate.
Yeah.
Or we could just say that there is like group housing on there where it's like the family and then like, oh, behind it, you see that apartment? Yeah, that's where everyone else lives.
Okay. All right. But the question we're trying to answer really right now is, what is your shared goal as a crew, regardless
Well,
of where you live?
yeah. It sounded like we kind of all live in the area, but I was trying to see if we like all live under one house or not. But I guess the boilerplate wouldn't, I guess, be prosperity of the clan or upward mobility or weaponizing yokai or a hostile takeover of local corporations at a lower level. I'm throwing out stuff there on a boilerplate list of stuff that I figure like we saw in the PowerPoint slideshow when we were introduced. Like, so you're a new member of the Yakuza. Here's your primary goal until you die.
I remember us discussing like fighting black companies as like our goal, like before we started this game.
Yeah.
Well, let's did we want to explore that? Like our current shared like I guess as a group, not like our clan would be like we're all around like our table somewhere getting ramen and those of us drink, I guess, or drink it if they like to drink. We're like, look, we're just gonna go ahead and F up all the local black corps that just opened up shop in this area because F them, because this is BS. Why am I getting charged when I go through a certain area for clean air? I'll take the stale, nasty air for free.
If we want to get more specific, well, more generalized actually, we could be protect our neighborhood from
Yeah.
black corporations,
Because
or
they're
well, our
encroaching.
territory.
Yeah. Because maybe they're encroaching in and it's affecting the local populace. Matt, Steve.
I
I,
I, I
that's
like I like protecting our territory from black corporations.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, how do you feel about the let's purge black corporations
Like from the
their territory?
I'm happy that we're using the idea I brought up back when we first discussed, so I'm good.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, so that's
So-
what. So it sounds like that's your shared goal is to protect your territory from black corporations.
We wrote it on a napkin, we all signed it, and then we had Raymond.
All right. Who or what? Okay, so next one. Who or what brought you together? Not individually, but as a group. Is it just the Yakuza, the family?
Yeah, I think the Yakuza.
Yeah. That's what I'd say.
It's not because of the special they have here on Fridays. I came for the Misa, honestly.
Why do you work together? What does each member contribute to the cause? So why do you work together? Well, you're a family. You're a Yakuza family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all have attachments to our territory / neighborhood, I would assume.
Then we all bring something a little bit different
You
to the
could.
table.
Yeah. So what does each member contribute to the cause? So, Bruce, what do you contribute to the cause? What's your character contribute?
I'm more of somebody trying to find people and stalking
Okay.
or stabbing.
Okay. So, Joe, what about you?
My character's the muscle.
Okay, you bring muscle to the character. Cool. Matt,
Sorry, what was Bruce's again?
he finds people and talks to them.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was just getting everybody's.
No worries.
I'm actually taking these notes. We just need.
Yeah, this isn't.
This is the concept of the crew.
Okay.
These aren't the power tags.
Okay. So, Asahi brings I was gonna say it brings like organization and direction.
Okay.
So insight.
All right. Rachel, how about your character?
I would say I bring information and power. Because of family?
Yeah, power. If power means assets and
Clout.
Yeah.
Clout, maybe.
clout. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Steve, we're not forgetting you, Steve.
Steve.
You know what? Next time we're starting with Steve. By the way, I
Steve
got
has
you.
to
I got
be
you, man.
first for everything.
I mean,
you
I'm
don't always
the,
have to go on Gautry.
What do you
I mean,
bring?
I'm,
What do you bring?
yeah, I'm the magic guy. You know, I know the occult. I'm in touch with the spirits. You know, maybe I even helped Ryuji get his bike.
Maybe. Okay.
Yumiko comes to you and says, I need earplugs. Spiritual earplugs.
Okay.
I'll work on it.
All right. Here's the next one.
Have you tried per candle wax?
Who is backing you? That's the Yakuza. But who is giving you jobs?
The community. Like when we do our rounds, like worried mother comes up to us and says, I'm very worried about my such and such son. He keeps coming home, such and stuff. And then now these scary men are coming around and demanding certain things. So the community informs us.
That was me, and you're late on your payment. That's
Okay.
I'm right here.
All right. I got that one then. So the Yakuza and community. Where do you meet? And where do you stash your gear or convene in cyberspace?
I think it's funny if we meet at the ramen shop that's right next to the Yasuka headquarters.
Well, you have a family house, so you're
Yeah, but it's hilarious. You're like, let's meet at a secret hangout, and we like literally go out of the building, like empty squat floors down. We walk out the front, and we go to the corner and go right into it.
okay.
Right.
And we're like, and they're like, welcome, and we're like, we just go to our normal table.
I would also like to say it's also a front for the Yakuza, but we don't even know that, or we got told once and we forgot.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be, just so we have a Morgantown connection. That's gonna be Yamasan's Noodle Shop.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right.
So real quick off of everybody else's name. Is everybody putting their first name first and their last name last, or are they putting their last
That's a
name
great.
first?
I put my first name first.
Okay,
Should
so
I?
Yeah, I did
so
Yeah,
the
I did
Americanized.
American. Yeah, I did American way too.
So-
whatever we do, let's make sure we're consistent about it, because I'm going to refer to people with the Japanese honorifics, so I'll need to know which one is your family name. So if you've got it in the American format, then I'll know that the second name is your family name.
I think
So
I'm
Yeah,
the
I'm-
only one who needs to change mine then. Because also, if people
Yeah,
come
mine's
out
in
on
the
the
American
street,
format.
because like if there's people who don't know us or coming up and waving their hands, calling us by our first names, I kind of feel like they obviously want to get slapped.
right.
If I don't know you, why are you saying my name in the airways?
plus you're also part of a very traditional Yakuza family, so
That's
you know,
disrespectful.
yeah. Okay, last question on concept. What sort of resources do we have at our disposal? Well, you've got Rachel's character. So,
Money.
So
We got political connections.
Stealing warehouse from Steve's character.
Foreign
influence.
influences. Oh God, I'm so loud.
all right, wait.
Yeah, I mean you have a safe house.
Safe house. Yep. Okay, that's cool. All right. Okay, so I've got money, political connections.
Ooh, popular support.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if we're like Robin Hood types,
Yep. All right, cool. All right. So that is the crew concept. I've got those as notes. I'll get it out to you if you need. So let's answer. Now this is where I need you to record these.
Yep.
Let's answer the power tag questions. So you get 3 power tag questions. Here are the questions.
well, the first one is A.
How do you help, assist, or support one another? Yes, that's the first one. So how do you guys want to answer that?
I mean, it sounds like we each have like unique things that we're all good at, but we wouldn't really function on our own well. Does that make sense? Like we're all parts of a whole. No.
So something like we're a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes a dream work, or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Okay. Everybody agree with that?
Oddly
Yeah.
enough, I
Yeah.
think we actually used "We're a Team" in the other game where we were also.
Yeah, it's a pretty common one.
Yeah.
Now, there is a difference between using the crew theme here and the crew theme in City of Mist.
Okay.
Once you use a tag off of the crew theme in this game, it's burnt. Okay?
Permanently or until next downtime?
Until next downtime.
Okay.
I'm looking at
Oh,
the examples. Could it be like neighborhood protectors?
for A?
Well, like for the teamwork. Yeah, for like the teamwork makes the dream work type thing.
I mean, that could be C. What activity have you learned to do well together?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Do you guys want to use that for C?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So
What was it?
what was that, Joe?
I said neighborhood protectors for.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
For the answer for C. I would do this for C.
Okay, so what other question do you want to answer then?
Do we want to do rep or we also? I mean, it sounds like we also have special sources of information.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one. I was also thinking about environments, situations. Environments or situations, we could use that to target something about our specific territory. Specific special sources of information could be
Could be
With
the dead. Could be
sure, it could be the dead.
the neighborhood dead. I'm sure that there would be like a graveyard in our neighborhood, right?
Well, it could go. It actually could go beyond that. It could go.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how many dead people died in our building? I mean, I heard we got it on the cheap.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
For Jay, what kind of special gear, resource, or power is at our disposal? We could say clan ancestors. Like
I like
that could
that.
be the dead, right? Like previous members of our clan.
Yeah, that could be.
I would be good with that one if everybody else is.
That would definitely fit with the theme.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay,
Works.
so Jay, clan ancestors. All right, so there's your 3 power tags. Weakness tag. Any of those float your boat?
Ooh, this might be too broad, but if we did D, we could do what places or situations do you find tough to handle? Uh, we could say something like distance from home territory.
Outside the territory?
Well, I didn't want to say outside. I wanted to say distance because like being next door is different than being 50 miles away. Like next door, not such a big deal. 50 miles
So-
away, more of a big deal.
So if you're
That was my
so
idea.
if your territory is say
Like-
Ikebukuro, all right. If you're outside of Ikebukuro, then you're out. Then that tag applies.
But scalably
I don't
with
understand what you-
distance.
I don't. So
It-
wait. Well,
So
it's either
Like
going
the
to apply.
further away, the worse it is.
Well, it's either going to
I
apply
don't think
or
it-
not. It's
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
It's
You-
not.
it's not quantitative.
No,
It's
it's qualitative.
it's well, it's either it does or doesn't apply
Right.
versus gradients.
It applies in gradients, yeah.
No
Okay.
gradients. It's
Okay.
it does apply or it doesn't apply.
Yeah, that's just the way the game is set up. So
I think
Um,
D outside our territory, outside our neighborhood would work.
Yeah, especially if we're drawing on it for all these other powers that we have. It would make sense that once we leave our neighborhood, we would then the opposite would happen.
They're a little bit different, yeah.
I was gonna go left field and say highly televised events.
Oh,
We're like,
oh,
we don't want our face out there because one, as soon as somebody says, "Wait, we're live on television," Rachel's character like puts a hand over her face and she immediately gets a call and a text at the same time.
remember, it's cyberpunk, so everything's potentially on television.
what if we said
That's
like
true.
crowd favorites?
Crowd favorites is a weakness.
Like we're like meaning as a weakness, meaning like
We have that as a
we're so
we kind of have that as a
Oh.
power tag though.
like yeah, okay. That's true, we do. You're
well,
right.
it could also be a weakness because
Yeah.
because you'd be known.
hmm
It's drawing
It's like
attention
people
goes both
root
ways.
for us. People see us in the news and they're like, "Oh, we saw those guys."
Or
So it's
Maybe they
like
don't.
maybe you're trying to be on the down low, and
always in the limelight.
someone knows you from the neighborhood.
I don't like when people
We
know
could
me.
just say infamous.
I
It
think
means more than famous.
yeah. I think that'd be cooler to become infamous during gameplay.
Okay.
What about C? Like who? Like in character, we'll do a random round around the room. They're probably a little bit different, but like if we're at a thing and we're just airing stuff out, and there's a random question of who or what are you all like? What is like the biggest thing to fear in our territory? Like what's our nope situation?
Well, that's a good question.
There's a slight smile from Joe, so he's got his pen on the paper right now.
Oh,
Uh,
I know what I know what I'm
Godzilla?
I know what
Yes,
I'm
yes.
thinking
We're
of.
all scared of Godzilla.
I know what I'm thinking of as a GM, or an MC in this case.
Natural disasters.
I was
Um,
gonna say
Another
Margaret.
nuclear reactor going off.
They're all fission at this point, and they're in another dimension, so we're fine. Margaret's biker gang, or Mildred's biker gang.
For C, we could say retaliation from the megacorp, or like because there's levels of black corporations, right?
Like they're
And we're trying
like
to fight them, but we're also trying not to get destroyed by them because we don't have the numbers to fight off the entirety of a corporation.
so. What if for since we mentioned it a little bit before, what if there is a corporation that is trying to outsource most of their labor with, well, for lack of words, I know this might be weird for Rachel, but the biodroids and android thing, like that is a spiel that somebody's trying to get a preposition in place to get tax cuts if they just take all the jobs in an area and just automate it with people they don't have to pay.
yeah.
Would that scare the crap out of everybody?
Well, I think that moves us a little further into that whole idea about humans and versus the rest of the other types of life forms, and I thought we had decided we weren't going to go that way.
Okay.
Um,
I guess if we all had a job to do because we were sent out by Rachel's dad or uncle, and we go outside and we see something or someone, and we just all come back in and say, "So and so is outside. Can we get like 5 hours to start tomorrow?" We just can't. We all say it at the same time, not in unison.
well, I mean, you could all be afraid of the main family.
That's
That's
true.
not a bad
but
idea.
You
Yeah.
know,
What are you all afraid of?
it's
Like the
actually like
Major Yakuza?
does the major does the main family have like a messenger that everybody doesn't know what their name is, but everybody knows when they have like a mannerism or a look that like if they show up, they don't talk and they just drop off a message and leave.
I mean, they could.
Yeah, I like that. Agreed that we're scared that the main family we might suddenly step on the main family's toes and then have to pay retribution back.
Well, like we don't know necessarily why we screwed up to not to use uh, uh, Lady Black again, but the Kuro messenger or whatnot, where it's just
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want to pick like a specific person?
well, like we don't know who they are, but we know if there's a guy who shows up and like for
Like
to make an anime style, yeah.
an enforcer. So
We could
I-
call him
Like
like Mr. Green or something like that.
yeah.
well,
Spanish Inquisition.
like he shows up by himself, and he just
Always wears sunglasses.
Yeah.
Never
So-
smiles.
So I think it would be a little. I think keeping it to broader than a single person is probably better. But I think it's where we should be specific about this is what about the main family frightens you, and it's probably retribution, right? It's probably like, hey, we did something wrong even if we don't know it's wrong. So, you're constantly watching so you don't do that.
Yeah.
Can everybody get behind that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's fine.
Mhm.
Like maybe it was like an incident where there was a branch family either our size or a little bit bigger where somebody showed up, the head of the family was summoned. 2 hours later, he wasn't there yet. A whole bunch of cars showed up in the area. That building doesn't exist anymore where their family was, and the ground still does not grow anything. No dead go there. Tech doesn't work there, and there's like one building
Yeah.
spot where it's just scorched earth.
Okay, so the last thing we have to do for the crew theme is we have to choose an identity, a ritual, or an itch. Okay? Not all three, just one of the three. But really, we should base it off of the crew theme as it stands right now. So, the crew theme, when you look at it, it looks like there's a couple things that are going through it. One is you're afraid of the main family. Okay? Two, you're here to protect your neighborhood. Three, you've got this in with the dead, um, your clan ancestors, and that's about it. So, oh, and of course you have Rachel's character who's a Yakuza princess. So, um, do you think that you should have an identity, a ritual, or an itch?
So, ritual, does it have to be supernatural?
Ritual would, yes, it would be like if you lean towards the if you
We
lean
are
your theme leans in two directions. It leans towards the self and it leans towards mythos. So you don't really have overt cyberpunk in
yeah.
your thing, in your crew theme. So I would say you probably, in my opinion, would be you want an identity or a ritual. And yes, rituals should be something to deal with the supernatural.
So for identity, I'll throw it out there to see Joe can maybe gauge it. But we go on a night parade where we go out to our ramen spot, we shoot the shit, and then we go out like from midnight to 4 o'clock in the morning just around the neighborhood. And
Quick
like people
patrol,
know,
yeah.
yeah, but like everybody knows there's a little bit something different when we go around, like, because I mean, meta, there's some undead trying to talk to Rachel's character. Excuse me, ma'am, if you got a minute, can you tell your friends real quick? Like, I am not gonna pay attention to you guys right now. I just had ramen. I'm going for a stroll to walk it off.
I
So
have my
Um,
bunny right next to me, and I'm just like,
do you
Tamago, they are really annoying.
do you have it in like just like carrying it, or are you just
I
is it
have
in a
a whole
stroller
harness for it. I carry
like
it
a
like a
baby holder?
bunny. Yeah.
You can't. Okay,
Tamago refuses to touch the ground, and we eat only the finest of hays and clovers, which I have to grow myself in the family garden, or she will
so
so
pitch a fit.
so
does
so
does that work? Where
well,
if we have like a
I'm
night
not
parade,
sure. I'm not sure what the identity is. What's the identity?
like we go on night parade where we walk the neighborhood for like a better words.
Okay, that's
Oh,
more.
the idea. I know what you're talking about. Like like we're the like these are our streets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
like we
like that.
show
So
up and
it's
we
not really
start
a
like at
ritual.
our ramen place. We
Yeah.
have a couple of drinks. We eat our ramen. And we sit out front. We have like our own special table. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
and then we start our thing. And it's
I think
like,
these are our streets works as an identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve.
I'm good with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, so Joe, there's only a motivation field. So
Uh,
should I just pick
that.
identity?
Yeah.
These are our streets.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the crew. Um, we should name your crews your family, your Yakuza family. All right. So somebody should look that up, please don't use any real Yakuza family names.
We
So
could
So
just
is there a spin on it for since spiders and maybe death? Is there a theme for like spiders that do stuff on gravestones or something, myth or yokai?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what that is though.
I don't know if this actually is already a yokai where there's like a spider that does a spider yokai that does stuff
The
with the
irigami are connected to a spider yokai.
right.
So
I actually read about when I was looking stuff up. I read about something they called horse spiders.
yeah,
It's like these like they're these like yokai in the forest, and like the top half is a beautiful woman, and like the
Yeah.
bottom half is a spider,
yeah,
and like the name of them translates to horse spider.
yeah.
Well,
So
bewitch a man and then
so,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
realize that there's nothing in any of your characters that
uh,
that is connected to that kind of thing.
to horse
So
spiders.
yeah,
well, we could do something more focused on Shinigami.
yep,
Like we could consider ourselves like because I chose Shinigami because Shinigami itself refers kind of the broad term,
yep,
but it refers to just individuals or because they are kami and yokai, because they're considered god of the dead, but also sometimes just a messenger of death, like the Grim Reaper. Some of them are so we could find something where we are literally just called the Shinigami yokai, like as a joke. Our ancestors like, you know what if we actually called ourselves Shinigami just to joke with people? They would never think we're actual yokai. And then the name just stuck.
I
it's
mean,
just this is just for like our little crew though, right? Like if people are like we're looking for like so and so.
Oh, I thought we were thinking of
so this is
the
this is what the crew goes by. Okay,
okay.
so this is what the crew goes by. We should pick a family name for the Yakuza family that you're a part of. But yeah, what do you use? And that's totally up to you guys. Let's just keep it within the theme of the game. So, so maybe you don't have a name at all, you know.
Ramen Kamen?
So, um,
We want
but
to be taken seriously.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, uh, the only thing we didn't do, so we're gonna go ahead and end for today. But the only thing we didn't do is within each of your theme books there is a connection to other crew members.
Ah,
Okay, we didn't do that. Um, I would like it if you guys could do that offline this week.
Okay.
So do those connections. If you're going to make a connection to whoever the other crew member is, just hit them up online and say, "Hey, are you cool with this?" Okay? Because again, they are questions just like everything else. All right. All right.
Street de Real quick, what about street deities? Hmm? Sketchy? Would you wear it on the back of a jacket? Huh?
I mean, are you that kind of yakuza gang who goes around with that on? I mean, you're definitely the kind of yakuza gang that has the tats, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the way you're known is by a specific type of tattoo that's integrated into the rest of your tattoos. Okay, which is actually very common for yakuza in this setting. So like the irigami, gamma, forget it. Anyway, the major family that you're a part of, they incorporate spider imagery into their tattoos. So, being an offshoot family, it could be whatever you want. As
now
long
we need one connection per theme book.
I'd have to look at it. I think it's one connection per theme book.
Do you want us to spitball names back and forth? Like we were at the ramen shop, we're like, we gotta come up with a name if we're getting back to jackets.
Uh,
Well, I don't know. Are you I don't know.
It,
Are
it
you?
costs more if you have 5 different names on the back of the jackets. I'm trying to get the discount.
I don't think money's your issue. Um, so, all right. Anyway, that was a good session. That's our session 0 for our Tokyo Otherscape game. We need to give our Tokyo Otherscape game a name. So maybe I'll spitball some things and put it to you guys in the Discord about that. But please get those connections between the crews done before the next game. We will start next session getting straight into a scenario. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, you're going to get contacted by a person, a fixer, who needs you to do a job, and it's sanctioned by the family. So it's one of those things. What is it? Shit rolls downhill, right?
Yep.
So
We are downhill. That's
Yep.
for sure.
all right. So anyway, thanks everybody, and to anybody out there watching, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye.
y'all.